So Dale Jr. has once again won a race that I didn't see. Didn't get to see the end of the Pocono race, and to be honest, the only thing that I missed was Johnson getting a second tire blowout, which, yay. And then the 13 car pileup, which disappointed me. I was hoping it would be A, a lot more entertaining, and B, have a lot more drivers that I didn't like in it. But no, it had, of course, it had Kenseth, it had Stewart, it had Truex in it. Truex was in it. Truex was in a crash. That means that he was running up high. You don't wreck when you're at the back. You just sit in the back and you keep losing, and it's like, can someone just wreck us so that it seems like we're losing because of this? No, when you're ever having a bad day, you don't get... But a lot of factors obviously played into Junior winning. I mean, he had the advantage of the outside lane, and he had the advantage of Harvick, a damaged car underneath of him. And Harvick easily, week in and week out, has the best car. If not Johnson, if not Gordon, it's going to be Harvick that has the best car. And this week it was actually Kurt Busch. If Kurt Busch hadn't had to restart so far back, he would have given Junior a lot more harder run for his money than Harvick did. But he was all the way at the back. Well, don't know how that happened, but it was Junior saving grace. What else happened? From all the tire blowouts early in the race, I was imagining that I was going to have another Auto Club on our hands, where everyone was going to get a tire blowout, and it was going to be amazing PR for Goodyear. That was pathetic. I don't think they're ever going to match Auto Club. That was pretty sad. Pretty rough. But, who else? Who else should I... Casey Mears. Casey Mears, gotta give props to him. He had a great car today somehow. Like this, that was a good car he had going for him. I mean, he was on that off sequence for a while, and then somehow everyone kind of got back on track together. There must have been some late pit stops. But even during the race that I saw, like only an hour in, then people got back into sequence with each other, and I was thinking, why would you do that? And I think Kurt Busch was the only one off sequence for a while, and everything must have came back together with that late 13 car pileup. I don't know. But Mears, when he restarted in 5th after that second or third caution, he maintained his top 10 position for a long, long time, and I had to give him props for that. And also Kyle Larson getting the pole and coming back with a what? I don't have the results on the screen anymore. I think it was somewhere around 10th. Got my Truex hat out because I thought it was going to be a good day for Truex, but of course not. Ended up 32nd. Probably his best opportunity to get a good finish this year, 32nd. But that did leave way for a lot of the slower cars. I always call them front row motorsports cars because they've always, since their existence started, have been a subpar car team and a subpar drivers team. And that's why I call all slow teams as front row motorsports cars. Like, so all of them, like Witt, Annette, Gilliland, they all had top 20 days. Who else? There was one person left, I think. Maybe a couple. I don't know. Keselowski, I think. It was my pick for Kurt Busch to win this race, and obviously he did not. So let me move on to the other two races. The truck race was meh. It happened. It played out exactly as you would expect it to, up until the end when, what's his face, Tyler Reddick got a little feisty and got himself parked for the race. Get yourself parked with 4 laps to go. That's got hurt right there. But Herman Quiroga, is it? If you look at my subscriptions, you'll see a really cool NASCAR guy called D. Chaffin. I don't know how you say it. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's D space Chaffin. He's in my subscriptions, so you can look at that. I think I made it public. It should be public. So if you look into what I subscribe to, you'll find that D. Chaffin. He's a really good NASCAR guy. Really agreeable. Cool guy. He agrees with a lot of things that I do, except for Junior. So as for the Craftsman Truck race, meh, it happened. Until the end, there wasn't really much to talk about, but it happened. The nationwide race, while predictable, was the highlight of the weekend. There was competition. I always say, if you've got a good car, you're going to finish well. And you don't know how good a driver is until you get him into a good car. And Michael McDowell exemplified that yesterday. Earlier, didn't he do a race earlier this year where he finished 5th? It must have been in a Gibbs car, because he wasn't going to do that in anything else. Michael McDowell's always been in a front row motorsports car, okay? He was in the 55, I believe, for some team. It couldn't have been Michael Waltrip Racing, because, as you can see, from until Vickers got wrecked, the 55 is a powerful vehicle. It's been powerful since... It was meh when Michael Waltrip had it, but Michael Waltrip's a meh driver. And then when Martin got into it, it started performing so much better than Vickers. And even, well, Waltrip only did the plate races, so stricter plate races, so that really isn't good judgment for the ability of a driver. But the 55 has always been a good car, except for when Michael McDowell was in it, and now he's in a 95 for who the hell knows, and that's a subpar front row motorsports car, and he gets, expected finishes in a subpar car. But when he gets into a Gibbs vehicle, a car that's powerful, something that you can actually drive around a racetrack, got 3rd. Behind the two big guy. He was in the lead for so long there. I was really pulling for Michael McDowell at the end, and it sucks that he didn't get that win so much. And it just had to be Keselowski show. The 54-22 show. What used to be back in 2011. The Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski show. But Keselowski said it best. There's people out there that want to see other drivers in the 22 and 54. And, when it can't happen, it can't happen. But get a full-time driver in that car, like Ryan Blaney. And, it'll be easy for him to score wins, but if he's really got the skill that he can back that up in the Sprint Cup, then it's okay. Just get the sprint out of Nationwide already. It's not where it belongs. There's a fucking fly in here. Anyway, next week is Watkins Glen. Go see Marcos Ambrose dominate. And they'll probably put Montoya in that race in the 12. That's what I'm expecting to happen, but you never know. Who thinks that Boris said should be in this race? How about a little bit of Ron Fellows action, huh? Get some of them drivers back into the road course races. Those guys were the only reasons that I watched those races, just to see those unknowns coming in. They never win, but still entertaining to see them in there. So yeah.